The mindset of greatness. Most people spend their entire lives waiting. Waiting for the perfect opportunity. Waiting for motivation. Waiting for confidence. Waiting for the right moment. And while they wait, years disappear. The uncomfortable truth is that greatness rarely belongs to the most talented person in the room. More often, it belongs to the individual who is willing to continue when everyone else stops. The world loves talent because talent is visible. Discipline is invisible. People see the trophy, but not the years of sacrifice. They see the success, but not the loneliness. They see the victory, but not the countless moments when quitting would have been easier. What separates extraordinary people from ordinary people is not intelligence. It is not luck. It is not genetics. It is the ability to maintain standards when emotions change. Anyone can work hard when they feel motivated. Anyone can stay focused when everything is going well. Anyone can be positive when life is rewarding them. The real test comes when none of those things are present. Can you continue when nobody believes in you? Can you continue when results are invisible? Can you continue when progress feels painfully slow? Most people cannot. That is why most people never reach their potential. The mind is constantly searching for comfort. It wants certainty. It wants safety. It wants immediate rewards. But success operates according to different rules. Success demands patience. Success demands discomfort. Success demands repetition. The things that create greatness are often boring. Wake up early. Train consistently. Learn continuously. Improve daily. Repeat. Repeat, repeat. The human mind hates repetition, but mastery is built through repetition. Every great athlete understands this. Every great entrepreneur understands this. Every great leader understands this. They are not obsessed with results. They are obsessed with process. Because results are delayed, the process is immediate. The process is under your control. The result is not. One of the biggest mistakes people make is becoming addicted to motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. Some mornings you wake up energized. Other mornings you wake up exhausted. If your actions depend on motivation, your progress becomes unpredictable. Discipline is different. Discipline functions independently from emotion. Discipline says, I will do it whether I feel like it or not. That single principle changes everything. Because eventually, emotions become irrelevant. The mission becomes more important than the mood. The goal becomes more important than comfort. The future becomes more important than the present inconvenience. That is how exceptional people think. Not because they enjoy suffering, not because they are emotionally different, but because they understand a simple reality. Temporary discomfort often creates permanent rewards. Temporary comfort often creates permanent regret. Every successful individual eventually reaches a point where they stop negotiating with themselves. The alarm rings. They get up. The work needs to be done. They do it. No internal debate, no excuses, no emotional discussion, just action. The modern world encourages weakness. It tells people to follow every feeling, to obey every emotion, to prioritize comfort above everything. But history teaches a different lesson. The people who built empires, created industries, changed nations, and transformed their lives were rarely comfort seekers. They were individuals capable of enduring discomfort longer than others. They developed emotional control. They learned patience. They learned resilience. Most importantly, they learned responsibility. Responsibility is power. The moment you stop blaming circumstances, luck, other people, the government, your family, your past, or your environment, something changes. You regain control. Because if your failures belong to others, your future belongs to others as well. But if your failures belong to you, your future belongs to you too. That realization is uncomfortable. But it is also liberating, because it means improvement is possible. Every day becomes an opportunity. Every setback becomes information. Every challenge becomes training. And slowly, without realizing it, you become stronger. Not physically, mentally, emotionally, strategically. You become the type of person capable of handling bigger opportunities because you have developed the capacity to handle bigger responsibilities. That is where greatness begins. Not in talent, not in luck, not in destiny, but in daily decisions repeated over years. Why most people never reach the top. There is a reason why the majority remain average. It is not because they lack intelligence. It is not because they lack opportunities. It is because they underestimate the price of excellence. Everyone wants success. Few want the sacrifices attached to it. People admire the destination. They rarely admire the journey. The journey is repetitive. The journey is uncomfortable. The journey often feels unfair. When people imagine success, they focus on rewards, money, status, freedom, recognition, influence. What they fail to imagine are the years before those rewards arrive, the years of uncertainty, the years of rejection, the years of being ignored, the years when nobody cares about your effort. Most people quit during this phase, not because they are incapable, because they become impatient. Modern society has created an addiction to immediate gratification. Everything is instant. Food, entertainment, communication, information. People become conditioned to expect immediate results. But meaningful achievements operate on delayed gratification. A business takes years. A great physique takes years. Financial freedom takes years. Mastery takes years. The ability to wait has become a competitive advantage. The person who can stay committed for 10 years immediately separates himself from those who cannot remain focused for 10 weeks. Another reason people fail is because they become obsessed with external validation. They need approval. They need recognition. They need applause. This creates weakness, because external validation is unreliable. Sometimes people support you. Sometimes they criticize you. Sometimes they ignore you completely. If your confidence depends on public opinion, your confidence will always be fragile. Strong individuals develop internal validation. They know who they are. They know what they want. They know where they are going. They do not require permission from strangers to pursue their ambitions. This mindset creates enormous power. Because criticism loses influence, many people fear criticism more than failure. Think about that. They fear judgment more than mediocrity. They fear embarrassment more than regret. As a result, they never take action. They remain trapped in potential. Potential is one of the most dangerous words in existence. Potential means ability without execution. Potential means possibility without results. Potential impresses nobody. Execution changes lives. The marketplace rewards execution. Reality rewards execution. History rewards execution. Not ideas, not intentions, execution. Another trap that destroys countless people is comparison. Social media has amplified this problem dramatically. People compare their beginning to someone else's peak. They compare their first year to another person's 20th year. They compare their struggles to someone else's highlight reel. This creates frustration. Frustration creates discouragement. Discouragement creates inaction. The solution is simple. Compete with yourself. Measure your progress against yesterday, not against strangers, not against celebrities, not against influencers, against yourself. Because your real opponent is not another person. It is your previous level. Did you improve? Did you learn? Did you become stronger? Did you increase your discipline? Did you improve your thinking? These are the questions that matter. Winning against others can inflate your ego. Winning against yourself builds your future. The highest performers understand something else that average people often ignore. Success is cumulative. Small actions appear insignificant in the moment, but over years they become extraordinary. A single workout changes nothing. 1,000 workouts transform a body. A single book changes little. 100 books transform a mind. A single disciplined day seems unimportant. 10 disciplined years can transform an entire life. The problem is that most people abandon the process before compounding begins. They quit too early. They stop before momentum arrives. They leave before the rewards appear. Meanwhile, the patient continue, the disciplined continue, the focused continue. And eventually the gap becomes impossible to ignore. What looked like luck was actually consistency. What looked like talent was actually repetition. What looked like overnight success was actually years of invisible work. The world notices the result. It rarely sees the process that created it. The war against yourself. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against competitors. It is not against critics. It is not against circumstances. It is against yourself, against your doubts, against your excuses, against your fears, against your desire for comfort. Every day this battle takes place. Nobody sees it. Nobody applauds it. But it determines everything. The mind constantly searches for escape routes. It creates rationalizations. It manufactures excuses. It explains why action should be delayed, why tomorrow is better, why conditions are not ideal, why waiting makes sense. This internal conversation destroys more dreams than failure ever could, because failure teaches. Excuses prevent action entirely. The individuals who achieve extraordinary results learn to recognize these mental traps. They understand that the mind is not always a reliable advisor. Sometimes the mind is protecting comfort instead of pursuing growth. That is why elite performers rely on systems rather than feelings. Systems eliminate negotiation. Systems eliminate excuses. Systems create consistency. When behavior becomes automatic, progress accelerates. You no longer waste energy deciding. You simply execute. This is one of the hidden secrets behind high performance. The most successful people often make fewer emotional decisions. Their routines carry them forward. Their standards guide them. Their habits support them. They have created structures that make success more likely. Another important lesson is understanding the relationship between confidence and action. Most people think confidence comes first. They believe they must feel confident before taking action. Reality works differently. Action creates confidence. Confidence is evidence collected through experience. Every promise you keep to yourself strengthens confidence. Every challenge you overcome strengthens confidence. Every difficult task completed strengthens confidence. The more evidence you accumulate, the stronger your self-belief becomes. This is why discipline is so powerful. Discipline creates evidence. Evidence creates confidence. Confidence creates bigger actions. Bigger actions create bigger results. A powerful cycle begins. The opposite is also true. Broken promises weaken confidence. Repeated excuses weaken confidence. Avoiding challenges weakens confidence. Over time, self-respect begins to disappear. This is why integrity with yourself matters. If you say you will do something, do it. Not because others are watching, because you are watching. Your future is watching. Your identity is being shaped by every action. Every day you are voting for the person you will become. The future version of yourself is being built right now. Not next year, not next month, today. In every decision, in every habit, in every response to adversity. Life ultimately rewards responsibility. It rewards discipline. It rewards persistence. Not immediately, but eventually. And eventually is what matters. The strongest individuals understand that success is not an event. It is not a breakthrough moment. It is not a lucky opportunity. Success is a lifestyle, a collection of behaviors repeated consistently over long periods. The world often celebrates dramatic victories, but true greatness is usually quiet. It is built in empty gyms. It is built during lonely mornings. It is built during difficult years when nobody believes. It is built when quitting would be easier. The people who win are rarely the most talented. They are often the most persistent. The people who leave a legacy are rarely the luckiest. They are often the most disciplined. The people who build extraordinary lives are rarely the ones with perfect circumstances. They are the ones who refused to surrender to imperfect circumstances. And that is the final lesson. You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need universal support. You do not need certainty. You only need the willingness to continue, day after day, month after month, year after year. Because greatness is not created in a single moment. It is created through thousands of moments that most people never see. The question is not whether success is possible. The question is whether you are willing to become the person capable of achieving it. Because the path exists, the opportunity exists, the potential exists. The only remaining variable is you.